The sound of clothes folding was almost hypnotic. Shirt fold back. Shirt fold back. I kept repeating the motion, pretending this was just another weekend trip. Pretending that my marriage wasn't collapsing like a building set on fire from the inside. I paused, staring at the half-packed duffel bag on the bed. The silence of the house felt too heavy, like it was waiting for something. And then I heard it. The sharp click of high heels against the hardwood floor. A rhythm I knew too well. Alina. She appeared in the doorway, sunglasses still on, though the blinds were drawn. Her lips were pressed tight, her face unreadable. She didn't even greet me. Instead, she slid a manila envelope across the marble counter with a careless flick. "Sign, pack, go," she said flatly. My chest tightened. I opened the envelope and pulled out the top page. The words blurred for a second before snapping into focus. Petition for dissolution of marriage. I swallowed hard. Is this a joke? Her manicured finger tapped the signature line. Her expression didn't change. It's not a joke. The trust wired this morning. 7 figures. I'm done subsidizing your hobbies. I clenched my jaw. My job is not a hobby. Her phone was already in her hand, camera pointed directly at me. She was filming. Every move, every reaction. "This is my house now," she declared coldly. "Pack and leave." I laughed bitterly. "Our house, Alina." That's when they arrived. 2 shadows filled the doorway behind her. Victor and Dima, her brothers. Victor was built like a professional bodybuilder, muscles straining under his tight shirt, cologne wafting into the room like cheap arrogance. Dima, leaner but with a permanent smirk, looked like a man who enjoyed causing trouble. Alina's voice was sharp. "He's not taking anything. Hand it over." I zipped the duffel bag closed, my laptop tucked safely inside. "It's close. And my laptop. Personal property." Dima sneered, stepping closer. "Losers don't get laptops." "No," my voice was steady but my pulse thundered. That was enough for Victor. He lunged, grabbing a fistful of my hair and yanking my head back so hard I saw stars. Dima yanked at the bag strap, his grin growing wider with every pull. My phone, which I had quietly set to record earlier, clattered across the floor. Still filming. Still capturing. "Get him out." Alina barked. "He's trespassing." "You can't trespass in your own house." I spat back, pain flashing across my scalp as Victor dragged me toward the porch. Neighbors peeked from behind curtains, then quickly disappeared. Cowards. Alina cracked the front door open, her heels clicking against the tile as she kicked the envelope at me. It slid across the porch and landed at my feet. 30 minutes, Liam. Then I call the cops and tell them you're unstable. Blood filled my mouth as I pushed myself off the ground, my ribs aching. I locked eyes with her and forced my voice steady. "You just committed felony battery on camera. You tried to illegally evict a co-owner. And you threatened a false police report. I'm going to the ER, then the police, then the trustee, because you didn't read the trust." For the first time her chin twitched. Uncertainty cracked her flawless mask. "You're bluffing," she hissed. I spat blood onto the dirt. "Then you have nothing to worry about." I walked to my car, scalp throbbing but my mind already spinning. Calculating. Lining up dominoes. This wasn't over. Not by a long shot. The urgent care waiting room smelled like antiseptic and stale coffee. The nurse glanced at my head, wound and winced. "What happened?" "Assault," I said plainly. "By my wife's brothers." Her eyes flickered with sympathy as she wrote it down in the report. "Assault by spouse's brothers." She made sure it was documented. I left with photographs, paperwork, and a bag of ice pressed against my scalp. Back at the hotel, the adrenaline finally faded, leaving behind raw anger and grief. 7 years of marriage, 7 years of building a life, and this was how it ended? But grief hardened into focus. I opened my laptop, fingers trembling only slightly as I typed 3 emails. To Detective Alvarez, subject, assault. Video attached. To my lawyer, emergency protective order required. Attached video. To the trustee, clause violation. Criminal conduct. Documentation attached. Then I lay back on the hotel bed, staring at the ceiling. My chest felt heavy but my resolve was iron. By the next morning, the dominoes began to fall. My lawyer called first. His voice was steady, confident. "We've got everything we need. The video is gold. Don't contact them. We'll handle it." Then Detective Alvarez. His tone was clinical, professional. "This is clear battery. We've dispatched a unit to interview neighbors. Charges will be filed." And finally the trustee. Their email was short but devastating. Funds to Mrs. Novak suspended pending misconduct review. By noon my phone rang. Alina. Her voice was no longer calm. It cracked with panic. What did you do? The trust froze my accounts. I can't access a cent. I let her rant. Let her spiral. Then I answered calmly, each word measured. Remember what I said? You'd regret it sooner than you thought. This is only the start. That night my lawyer called again, a chuckle in his voice. Victor and Dima are facing charges. And you'll love this, the trust clause kicks in if they're convicted. Her inheritance depends on their stupidity. For the first time in weeks I slept. 2 weeks later the courthouse was buzzing with whispers. I walked in polished and calm, my lawyer at my side. The wounds had healed, but the scars, both physical and emotional, remained. Alina strutted in, her brothers on either side. Her arrogance hadn't faded, but the tension in her eyes betrayed her. The judge entered. A man known for slicing through theatrics. His gavel struck once and silence filled the room. Present your evidence, he commanded. My lawyer cued the footage. The screen flickered to life. The courtroom gasped as Victor dragged me by the hair, Dima tore at my bag and Alina's voice shrieked, "He's trespassing." The judge's jaw tightened. Clear assault. Criminal charges against the brothers will proceed. Then came the trust paperwork. Clause 9.3, misconduct by a beneficiary or their agents freezes inheritance. The judge fixed his gaze on Alina. You inherited millions one day, and within 24 hours, your brothers assaulted your husband in your presence. And you want this court to believe you're the victim? Her lawyer stammered, fumbling with words. My attorney pressed play on a voicemail. Alina's voice filled the courtroom. I don't need you anymore. I've got the money. You'll be nothing without me, Liam. The room fell silent. The judge's gavel cracked like thunder. Possession of the residence awarded to Mr. Novak. Inheritance frozen pending trustee review. Criminal charges against the brothers proceed immediately. Court is adjourned. That was the end of their empire. Within days the press shredded Alina and her brothers. The video spread online, sparking outrage. Her voicemail leaked, exposing her arrogance. Sponsors dropped her like a stone. Victor and Dima became late-night comedy punchlines. Even her parents refused to answer her calls. And me? I didn't gloat. I moved back into my house. Locked the door. Poured a glass of whiskey. For the first time in years the silence felt like peace. Alina thought she could buy power. Thought she could break me. Instead she lost everything, while I kept my dignity, my freedom, and my future. She gambled her inheritance on arrogance. And arrogance lost. If you enjoyed this story and want to see more unbelievable twists of fate, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and press the bell icon so you never miss the next upload. And tell me in the comments, what would you have done if you were in the protagonist's shoes?